I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. The needs of a society determine its ethics. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. You don't have to think about doing the right thing. If you're for the right thing, then you do it without thinking. The first time someone shows you who they are, believe them. You can never be great at anything unless you love it. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Never whine. Whining lets a brute know that a victim is in the neighborhood. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Be certain that you do not die without having done something wonderful for humanity. Love is like a virus. It can happen to anybody at any time. I'm grateful to be of use. I will not be misused or abused, but I will be of use to anybody. I have a certain way of being in this world, and I shall not be moved. Nothing will work unless you do. When we decide to be happy, we accept the responsibility to bring happiness to someone else. Let the brain go to work, let it meet the heart, and you will be able to forgive. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. If we lose love and self-respect for each other, this is how we finally die. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. A wise woman wishes to be no one's enemy, a wise woman refuses to be anyone's victim. Prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and renders the present inaccessible. This is a beautiful day. I've never seen this one before. Bitterness is like cancer. It eats upon the host. But anger is like fire. It burns it all clean. All great achievements require time. I believe that every person is born with talent. Peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul. Some people cannot see a good thing when it is right here, right now. Others can sense a good thing coming when it is days, months, or miles away. I am a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Love life. Engage in it. Give it all you've got. Love it with a passion, because life truly does give back, many times over, what you put into it. Try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. Take up the battle, take it up. It's yours, this is your life, this is your world. Listen to yourself, and in that quietude you might hear the voice of God. We are not our brother's keeper, we are our brother and we are our sister. We must look past complexion and see community. The honorary duty of a human being is to love. Life loves the liver of it. The greatest gift we give to each other is the telling of the truth. There's a world of difference between truth and facts. Facts can obscure the truth. If you find it in your heart to care for somebody else, you will have succeeded. If one is lucky, a solitary fantasy can totally transform 1,000,000 realities. I had to trust life, since I was young enough to believe that life loved the person who dared to live it. The more you know of your history, the more liberated you are. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. My wish for you is that you continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. We all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter their color, equal in importance no matter their texture. Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer. And let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good. Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. If you have only one smile and you give it to the people you love. I am grateful to be a woman. I must have done something great in another life. Develop enough courage so that you can stand up for yourself and then stand up for somebody else. Each of us has that right, that possibility, to invent ourselves daily. If a person does not invent herself, she will be invented. So, to be bodacious enough to invent ourselves is wise. Each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. If you're going to live, leave a legacy. Make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. I did work in a strip club, but I didn't strip. I danced, and I became very popular. I am grateful to have been loved and to be loved now and to be able to love, because love liberates. Love liberates, it doesn't just hold, that's ego, love liberates. Love is that condition in the human spirit so profound that it empowers us to develop courage, to trust that courage and build bridges with it, to trust those bridges and cross over them so we can attempt to reach each other. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off of you. If you are going down a road and don't like what's in front of you and look behind you and don't like what you see, get off the road. Create a new path. I believe that the most important single thing, beyond discipline and creativity, is daring to dare. It is impossible to struggle for civil rights, equal rights for blacks, without including whites. Because equal rights, fair play, justice, are all like the air, we all have it or none of us has it. Every day I awaken I am grateful. My intent is to be totally present in that day. And laugh as much as possible. There is nothing so pitiful as a young cynic because he has gone from knowing nothing to believing nothing. I learned a long time ago the wisest thing I can do is be on my own side, be an advocate for myself and others like me. I sustain myself with the love of family. The desire to reach the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise and most possible. I think we all have empathy. We may not have enough courage to display it. We are here to love each other. That is why you are alive. That is what life is for. It is time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, however, if faced with courage, need not be lived again. You can see in others what they don't see in themselves and what the world doesn't see in them. We all have that possibility, that potential and that promise of seeing beyond the seeming. Hate, it has caused a lot of problems in this world, but it has not solved one yet. The ache for home lives in all of us. The safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned. I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I've learned that even when I have pains, I don't have to be one. I would like to be known as an intelligent woman, a courageous woman, a loving woman, a woman who teaches by being. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. We allow our ignorance to prevail upon us and make us think we can survive alone, alone in patches, alone in groups, alone in races, even alone in genders. My great hope is to laugh as much as I cry, to get my work done and try to love somebody and have the courage to accept the love in return. I'm interested in women's health because I'm a woman. I'd be a darn fool not to be on my own side. In so many ways, segregation shaped me, and education liberated me. Nothing succeeds like success. Get a little success, and then just get a little more. There is a very fine line between loving life and being greedy for it. I think that that's the wisest thing, to prevent illness before we try to cure something.